Good evening, everyone. It's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, August 5, 2025, and I've got a brief updated testimony from Gena, Gena. She gave a testimony parts 1 and 2, and this is part 3. So here we go. Hi, Lorraine. Just sending this update in case anything crazy happens this week. There have been another series of setups. The last one was this past Friday when I went to the printer at work and one of the perps was standing by the printer and not moving. When I saw this person was there, I went over to the ice holder and waited a bit to see if she would move. She didn't. So I just got my papers and went back to my classroom. I feel so ridiculous writing these situations. How is it that what should be such a basic thing to do at work could be fraught with so much danger? Anyway, this happened at nap time, which is why I went out there in the first place. I figured the hallway would be empty. Nope. In addition to people hanging around in the hallway, someone, as usual, was seated at the kiosk directly across from our class. I guess they're playing a warden. A couple of weeks ago, we asked our supervisor if we could move classrooms next year. I was trying to get us away from the constant congestion around our room. She said she would think about it for a couple of weeks. She then came back in about 10 minutes later and told us no. She said the room further up the hallway was being reserved for someone else once the two ladies in there now vacated. For the record, I also asked my supervisor's boss last year this time if we could move to a classroom up the hallway. There were 2 rooms vacant at that time. My supervisor jumped in out of nowhere and said no. I think they like us where we are because it's right in the middle of everything. Of course, if one of the cops' daughters asks for anything, they're immediately getting it. The last thing I want to say is that the last I heard, this child care facility had 9 people who didn't have their CDA. They need that certificate in order to be in that classroom. Several of the people who were brought in to harass me at work are high school graduates, people who don't qualify to work there. They're now scrambling to get the certificate before school starts at the end of this month. Whenever they post a job opening, it clearly lists the requirements for the job. The long and short of it is that the hiring of these individuals has been sanctioned by the people at the head of this organization, at least one of whom used to work for licensing. Something is very wrong there. That's what I've got for now. Thanks again, Lorraine, for providing a platform for us. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, one of the most disturbing things is what you just said. If there's a job description requiring a certification, and people are being hired without the certification, there is something inherently wrong with that. That is something definitely to keep your eye on, especially in a school setting. And I would be really curious, send me an update when you say that they're now scrambling to get the certificate before school starts at the end of this month, whether or not they actually get the certificate. I mean, they don't really come out of the air. People generally have to take a course, several courses, and possibly a test, apply for the certification. So I'd be really curious. I mean, we're already August 5. So thank you again, Gena, for your testimony update part 3. Please remember to leave your comments down below. And I hope everybody's doing well. And I will talk to you soon.